6 weeks ago, she told me she wanted to leave me for somebody else
How do you know that she has a boyfriend?
because she brings him over.
I asked his permission if I could take his old lady out, and he said yes.
Well, up until today, I thought they were friends.
And what happens next?
She tells me I have to sleep on the couch.
You sleep on the couch and he's sleeping in bed with your wife. You thought they were such good friends that he'd be okay with this guy.
Let me say, I got mad respect for this guy because he...
As you're shutting the bedroom door, are you afraid of this guy now?
To be honest with you, yeah.
He's scared of him.
He shouldn't be. I'm not going to let anything happen to him.
He's hurting that you're coming over and being with his wife while he's there. You have no respect for that?
Nope.
You know what? It must be
If
easy.
he ain't got to stand up and fight for what's his, then I'm gonna take it.
This is the guy that you picked while you're still married? Welcome to the show. My guest is Tarcis. Is that correct?
Yes.
And why are you here?
Because I'm losing my wife and I want to do everything I can to get her back.
You're losing your wife and you will do anything you can to get her back.
Yes.
Why are you losing your wife?
Because 6 weeks ago, she told me she wanted to leave me for somebody else.
How long have you been married?
We've been together for 5 years, been married for 4.
And until 6 weeks ago, how was your marriage?
Well, she says as of 3 years ago, she didn't love, wasn't in love with me no more. But
And she just told you that recently?
yeah, but in December is when she got with Mike, which is her boyfriend now. But what I'm trying to understand is why she waited so long. If she fell out of love with me 3 years
So
ago.
you're still married to her?
Yes, and we
Are
still
you
live in the same house.
That was my next question. You're still living with her,
Yes,
and
Yeah.
she now has another boyfriend.
yes,
And how do you know that she has a boyfriend?
because she brings him over, and I ask her not to.
She brings him over to your house. And what happens next?
You know, I asked her to please leave, but she said it's her house too, and I don't really want to fight with her in front of my kids because they don't deserve to see that. So I just try to either go in a different room or something.
You go in another room while your wife's
No,
boyfriend is over at your house.
With my kids, I asked her to leave, and she said he doesn't have to.
Why wouldn't you say, you know what? You got a boyfriend? Guess what? I'm never sleeping with you another night again.
I haven't slept with her since January, so, and I won't ever.
Listen, I understand. And I understand, like, you don't want to get violent in front of your children. That's a good thing. But I'm like, man, how do you control yourself? Another guy's in your house with your wife?
I'm not a violent person.
I think I'd become one. I mean, does he go in your bed?
Actually, she tells me I have to sleep on the couch, and yeah.
Okay. Okay. So this guy, you sleep on the couch and he's sleeping in bed with your wife. All right. You got to tell me what's going on. I mean, why are you allowing that to happen? Here, stand up for a second. Turn this way. I want you to talk to me. There you go. Why is that happening?
Why doesn't it happen? I can't force her to want to stay with me. I mean, I tell her if she wants, you know.
No, you know, here's the deal. I'm sure it hurts you, right?
Yes, it does every day.
In fact, it's got to tear you up.
It does every day, and it tears my kids up too.
Right. I mean, your kids, they see another guy in the house. He's not daddy, and he's laying in bed with mommy. If this guy comes over and he says, hey, Tars, I mean, does he even acknowledge that his girlfriend's husband is home?
Yeah, and don't care.
Was she always this mean to you, or?
No.
And you had a loving relationship with this woman?
Yeah, I guess she started seeing him in December 24th.
Christmas Eve?
I guess
Where did she meet him on Christmas Eve?
They used to be boyfriend and girlfriend before, like 8 years ago.
Okay.
And I guess they met back up on MySpace. So then they were, I guess, seeing each other, and I didn't know it until she came to me one time after New Year's and said that she kissed him, made out with him. And then she told me, and I'm like, I didn't really know exactly what to do. I told her, no, you need to break it off. I love you. I'll forget about it. And then she told me she broke it off. And then I didn't even know she never broke it off with him until she called, we're going to come on the show.
So she never broke it off with him?
Nope.
Even the fact that she said, I made out with another guy, were you able to forget about it?
No, it's always in my mind.
And he's always in your bed now. You ever cheat on her?
She thinks I did, but I didn't. I even took a lie detector test to prove it.
Were you a good husband to her?
Yeah, as far as I'm aware of, yeah.
Well, you know if you're a good
well,
husband
yeah, I
or
am.
not.
I've done everything I can for her.
And good father?
Yeah.
Any reason why she would do this to you?
No, she told me that if she ever was going to do anything, she'd let me know first, but she never did. I told her if she wanted to do something, she could at least divorce me first before she cheat on me.
Why does she? Why don't you get divorced?
She wanted to get a divorce because he plans on proposing to her here.
Let me ask you something, Tarcis. This might be a tough question for you, especially, you know, if you're on TV. Are you afraid of this guy at all?
To be honest with you, yeah.
No? I mean, listen, we all have our fears, and sometimes they're hard to deal with, right? I think everybody, if they're honest with themselves, everybody has a fear, and we all deal with them in different ways.
Because I was always brought up where fighting is not the answer. So I've never been in fights like my whole life, ever.
Yeah. Sometimes, though, you gotta fight, though. And you know what? You know what?
That's why I
Because
came on
it's-
the show.
What's that?
That's why I came on the show to try to fight.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna stand by you. So. Because maybe they're using that against you. You know what I'm saying? If they know you're not going to fight, if you're not going to do anything, maybe that's why she doesn't divorce you. Maybe that's why she brings this guy in and goes to the bed and makes you sleep on a couch, because maybe she knows, he knows that you're not going to do anything. If there's no consequences to your actions, people are going to do whatever they want. You know, they're going to walk all over you.
Yeah.
And sometimes you got to stand up and say, as you can today on my stage, because I will stand with you, you say, I'm not going to let you treat me this way anymore. And this guy, how does he treat your wife?
Not that good, because he's already put hands on her. And I have never, ever have.
You're witness to this?
I was at work, but she told me, and the kids saw it.
Okay. You ever put your hands on your wife?
No, ever, and I wouldn't ever.
If you could have anything you want happen on the show today, what would you want happen?
Our family.
You'd want her back.
Our complete family, because the kids always ask me all the time, why can't we have our family back?
Let's bring Rebecca out.
I tell you every day, get over it. Let it go. I've been telling you that for weeks and weeks. I've been telling you all the time for months why I've been unhappy with you. Have I or have I not? I've tried breaking it off with you, and how do you react when I do?
Get upset,
And?
start crying.
Uncontrollably for days, right?
Yeah. But I didn't expect me to just go over 5 years.
I know that it's only been 6 weeks, and 5 years is a lot to do in 6 weeks, but why, Tars? Why are things not the same? Instead of pointing all the blame on me, why are things not the same?
Because you think I cheated on you and I didn't.
It's more than that.
And you say I'm not a good dad.
Who spends all the time with the kids? Who gives the kids a hug, says, I love you at night, tucks them in? Do you do any of that?
Yes.
Do you hug your kids for no reason and tell them that you love them, or play with them for no reason without me telling you to?
Not all the time,
No,
but
you
lately
don't.
I have been more.
But you try after it's too late. I have to force you to be a parent. You want to sit up here and act like you're the good guy? Really?
I've been trying my best, but it's not good enough for you.
I have had all the burden of being mom and dad Always.
Rebecca, let's say you're right. Let's say everything that you just said is the truth. You really need 2 men at once?
Actually, we have a situation worked out to where he's going to save money and I'm going to get a job so he can move out because the kids are staying with me.
You're living with your husband, right?
Yes.
And you have another man come and sleep in your bed, and you have your husband sleep on the couch?
Twice he slept in my bed.
Twice is too many. What message are you sending to your children when you have the father sleeping on the couch and some strange man
They don't
sleeping in
know
your
that.
bed? How do you mean they don't know that?
They don't know that.
How old are
because
your kids?
5, 4, 3, and 2.
Do you keep them chained in the basement?
No, when he stays the night, my kid's already in bed asleep. They don't know
Oh,
he's
I
staying
get it.
there.
Your kids are the only ones that never get up in the middle of the night.
No, they do get up in the middle of the night, and I go get up with them. I go to them
Because are
every
they
night.
like my kids and they come into my bedroom and they wake me up?
Yeah, but they didn't do it when he was there.
Oh, okay.
Tars,
They wake up every night.
Yeah.
they do it when he was there and come to our room with us?
So you're saying what? They're on baby Ambien or something when your boyfriend's over?
No, they don't wake up every night.
How do you bring another man into your house to sleep in your bed when your husband's there?
Well, up until today, I thought they were friends, from my understanding.
You really thought they were friends?
He's always been nice to him. He's never said anything to him.
He's scared of him.
He shouldn't be. I'm not going to let anything happen to him.
Has your boyfriend ever hit you?
Hit me, no. Pushed me, yeah.
Tars ever push you?
No.
So how are you going to protect him when this guy's pushing you around?
In all defense, he took a new medication that he's never taken before.
I mean, no normal person, or not even, maybe you're normal, but no person with any kind of respect for marriage, have a heart for somebody, would do that. You have children together, and you bring another man into your house while your marriage isn't even over yet? What the hell is that?
That was my fault, and I tell him every day I'm sorry for that. I can't change it. If I could
It's
change
not
it,
like
I
you
would.
went out to a bar, got drunk, went out to the car, and had a hoedown. No. This is your house. This is where your children are. How do you do that?
Like I said, from my understanding, they were friends. He drives his car.
Hey, listen, you're telling me that you thought your husband was friends with your boyfriend?
Yeah. He drives his car. Everything.
Because you need
You really
something in
thought
store.
these guys were friends?
From my knowledge, yes, because
From
I
your
told
knowledge,
them
and you
from
thought
the
it was
get-go.
friendly. You thought they were such good friends that he'd be okay with this guy.
Well, of course not. That's a no.
Using his car, using his wife. What else? Where's the friendship end? Friends
Like
with
I've told the
benefits,
both
I
of
guess.
them, if they cannot get along with each other, then there will be
How
no me
not
and
get
him or
along
me
with
and the
each
other
other?
guy.
What man is going to get along with their wife's boyfriend?
Well, when it involves kids, you kind of have to.
No, no. No, you don't. If my wife had a boyfriend, guess what? I'm not getting along with him. I'm kicking his ass.
I know what I'm doing is messed up. I get it. I totally
Well,
get it.
if you
And
know
I'm-
you're doing what you're doing is messed up, why are you doing it? This isn't some bum. This is the father of your children. This is the father of your children. What's that?
He hasn't been a father, and that's a big part of our
You chose to
problem.
have children with them, right? You made a decision, right? It wasn't, I could say one. Oh, it didn't mean for that to happen. Everybody likes to use that excuse, but 2 children? He must have been good at some point enough
He was
to have
up
2
until
children
3 years
with.
ago, until our last daughter was born,
Okay, and then you
which
say,
is where everything started going bad.
well, then why don't you drag your ass out of that house with your kids if he won't leave. Why don't you call the police and say, I want this guy out of here?
Because I don't think it's fair that my kids have to leave their own house.
Well, it's not fair for him to deal with a boyfriend who's pushing his wife around in his own house. Well, you know what? At some point, Tarcis, you got to stand up and you got to say how you're feeling.
Ever since you told me, I've been feeling like crap, and I just think it was wrong that you could at least told me that you were going to do something, and instead of just doing it behind my back, because I just found out recently that you didn't break it off with him, and that really upset me. And then he expects me to get over it like 5 years for nothing, and I'm just tired of everything being pushed around.
What about when you cheated in the beginning of our relationship?
That was before we even got married.
It doesn't matter. We were still together. You still cheated.
Since we've been married, I have not. I even took a lie detector test to prove it.
You still cheated, Tarcis, whether we were married at that point or not. You still cheated. So how are you going to act all innocent like you've never done anything to me to hurt me that I haven't forgotten?
You knew about this?
After he did it.
How long after?
About a week.
A week? Mm-hmm. And then you still decided to marry him?
Yep.
So you forgave him then?
I forgave him, but I never forgot.
Okay, but you're going into a marriage. You had the knowledge of it, right? And you got married. Then you proceeded to have 2 children? Mm-hmm. At some point, you must have got over it. Aren't your children bigger than anything that he did in the past?
I always put my kids first.
Do you always put your kids first?
Yep.
Sounds like you put your boyfriend first.
No, my kids. No. My kids.
Do you love your boyfriend?
First. Yes.
And what's your plans with him?
Depends on where things go.
And what about your husband? Do you love him?
Not in the same way.
How do you love your husband?
I love him like I care about him, and I'm always going to love him. We have kids together, but I'm not in love with him. There's a difference.
Hey, I'm not telling you know what? I can't argue with that. I can't say you're a bad person because you're not in love with him. But I certainly think you're handling this in a horrible, horrible way. Have you had sex with your husband since you've been with this other guy?
Not since January.
So you were seeing him and you had sex with your husband? And how did that help?
It didn't.
That's kind of like the selfish part, right? He's saying that he took a lie detector test before the show, and he's admitted that when you guys were dating and you broke up, he slept with somebody else. You know that already. But he was given a test, lie detector test. Since you've been married, have you cheated on Rebecca? You answered no. And 5 years of being married, he told the truth. He's never cheated on you. Tarcis, do you have a job?
Yes, I do.
What do you do?
I take care of the mentally disabled.
You take care of the mentally disabled? And how often do you work?
I work anywhere, I just started it, so I work anywhere from 20 to 32 hours a week.
So you work, right? You provide for your family?
Yeah, and whenever I don't have that, I try to do side work, whatever I can get.
Even with all this nonsense of you sleeping with another guy, he still goes out and provides for you. You don't feel guilty about taking the money?
He doesn't spend it on me. We spend it on the children.
You don't get any of that money?
No.
You don't eat any of that food?
Food, yeah. Well, that's like a parent.
Well, that's kind of like
I
him
do all the
supporting
cooking,
you?
the cleaning, and I do everything.
Yeah, but you're also got another man that you're getting enjoyment from. He goes out, he makes a living. You're living on that, his work, and then you repay it by not even waiting till you're divorced. You start sleeping. Why wouldn't you wait till you got divorced?
In all honesty, the first night that I hung out with him,
Let me guess, drunk.
I don't even remember it. I was told, and I don't even remember it.
You don't even remember
No,
it.
I was, yeah,
So what are you saying? It was rape?
no. I just don't remember it. I was completely drunk,
How do you know you did it?
from what I was told.
By who?
And from a couple pictures that I saw. I wasn't forced.
Who took the pictures?
He did.
Oh, that's
my knowledge,
classy.
he did.
Let's meet this classy guy. Let's bring him out. Let's meet this classy guy. Let's bring him out.
What's up, Steve?
You know you're not going to touch him, right?
Yeah,
Okay, you understand that.
yeah.
I'm not going to allow that.
I made a promise to Rebecca. No matter
No,
what.
First of all, what is your name?
My name is Mike, and first off, no matter what you would allow, I promised Rebecca when we first got together that I would never put hands on him.
First of all, don't swear on my stage.
Sorry. The reason I called your show is because I started some new medication and blacked out. Last thing I remember was her putting me to bed and me waking up at the hospital parking lot.
Were you taking that medication the first night you slept with her?
No.
So you were just on alcohol?
The first night we were both on alcohol.
Okay. And I want to know
Well, actually, no. The first night we were hanging out, her was in the hospital.
Oh, that's nice.
And I went up and I seen her at the hospital.
Okay. But the night that you were with her, she was drunk. You had sex with her. She says herself she doesn't remember it, and you're taking pictures of it.
I wasn't the one taking pictures, and I don't remember the pictures until
Who was
the next
taking
morning.
pictures?
At the house that we were
Oh,
at.
You picked the real winner. In the hospital, and she's calling you.
Yeah. Maybe she needed some consolement because apparently he couldn't give it to her. And it's not like I went in the hospital in Gurney. You know, I went there.
Why, was not around?
Probably not. And it's not like I don't care about this man's feelings. How many times have I held you in my arms while you cried, fool? While you cried on my shoulder?
Hey,
Hey, what?
Hey, what?
Hey, what?
I'll tell you what.
Tell me
How
what?
do you go in another man's house and sleep with his wife with him there? How do you do that?
Very easily.
You know what? It must be
If
easy.
he ain't got to stand up and fight for what's his, then I'm going to take it. And you know what? Like you said, if that was your wife, check it out. If Becca was your wife, then you'd be beating my ass, okay?
Yeah,
because I'll do
that's
anything
correct.
for her. Well, you know, it's lucky that you guys ain't married, huh?
Lucky for who? You or me?
And in Tar's defense, let me say.
In Tar's defense?
Yeah, let me say, I got mad respect for this guy.
You got mad respect.
Yeah, because he,
As you're shutting the bedroom door?
when she told him that he wanted a divorce, I asked his permission if I could take his old lady out, and he said yes. So you know what? You know what? Get over it.
Just get over it, huh?
Yeah, just get over it.
Just get over it.
Yeah, and back to what I was saying about the mad respect.
The mad respect.
Yeah, mad respect.
Get over it! Now, let's get back to that mad respect. So what's mad respect? Tell me about mad respect.
Mad respect is because even though he's in the situation he is in, he is still the man that takes care of his kids, because I'm not trying to replace him or take his place. I cannot be the kids' dad, okay?
So is he a good father?
Not really, but he provides for him. And you know,
Where's the part of not being a good father?
there's no love, there's no affection. That's all he does is provide for him.
Why wouldn't you say to her, you know what, until you get divorced from this man that's providing for you, I'm going to take a step back. I'm not going to go into that man's house while he's supporting his family because it would be disrespectful.
He disrespects himself.
So what? What is it of your business if he disrespects himself?
I don't care about him. I tried being his friend.
You don't care about him, but you show him mad respect and you try being his friend.
Yeah,
Which is it?
it's all of that.
And sometimes I say I'm not the smartest guy.
Hey, I'm not coming on your stage saying I'm the smartest guy on the planet, or I'm,
You don't
know,
have to say it.
well, whatever. Ooh, that hurts my heart.
No, you can't leave.
I can't.
You
Okay.
can't. No, Tars,
That's what he does.
shut up.
I just had to walk off for a
Shut up.
second.
Shut up. I'm fighting for you right now. I can't fight for you if you're going to run away from me. We're partners here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of like the two of you are supposed to be, partners in a marriage. No matter what your problems are in this marriage, and I understand, you're not in love. Believe me, I understand. You're not in love with the man. But this is the guy that you're picking to come into your house, to come in where your children are sleeping. This is the man that you're picking to lay down in bed while your kids are sleeping. This is the guy that you pick while you're still married. Why? Because he's from the past?
No, because he makes me smile. He makes me laugh. He makes the kids laugh. He gives the kids attention. He does everything that he doesn't do other than provide.
Other than provide. That's a big one.
Well, it is a big one, but when it comes to kids, there's more to it than just providing for them. When they don't
No,
feel
there
loved
is.
by their father.
There's a lot more to it.
And then they come
you know what
crying
it
to
is?
me,
It's
and I'm-
leading an example for your children too, right? Wouldn't you say it negatively impacts your children when you bring another man other than the father to sleep in your bed while daddy is sleeping on the couch?
I've talked to my kids about it. My kids know exactly what's going on.
And you
The
don't
two
think,
younger ones
you don't think
have
that's a bad
clue,
thing?
Really.
You don't think that's a bad thing?
No, but I'm not going to lie to them.
You're
they
not
know
gonna lie
mom
to
and
them.
The
dad
kid.
aren't in love anymore, and they know that mom and dad are not going to be together.
Why wouldn't you leave and go to his house and let your husband sleep in his own bed with your children then? I'm sorry?
Because my kids cry for me. I'm not going to leave my children. They cry for me. When they cry, I want to be there.
And what if you meet somebody else on MySpace tomorrow? He's coming over too?
No, it's not like it was just some random person. It was somebody that I've known for a long time.
You've known him for a long time. You know she slept with him after she started seeing you, right?
Yeah, but we weren't seeing each other. We didn't say, hey, we're going out.
You're just having sex.
We didn't even have sex then.
What do you want to say to him? And you don't have to be afraid or scared.
I just want him to leave my family alone, so because my
So
kids.
listen, you got to talk to this guy. You got to look the bully in the eye sometimes.
First off, I'm no bully.
Yeah, you are.
Whatever.
You are
You
a
can
bully.
think what you want, dog.
Whatever.
Whatever.
You gonna sing that song?
Sure.
The song of the
You
coward.
gonna do backup vocals
It's the
for
song
me?
of the coward.
Yeah,
Well, I won't
whatever.
do backup vocals for you.
Yeah, I know. You don't do backup for nobody. Look, bro, check it out. I told you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have to address that. I don't back up anybody.
No, I said you don't sing backup vocals for anybody. I'm the one that called you to come on the show to
You
ask for
called me.
your help.
And why would I help a guy like you?
Why would you help a guy like
Yeah,
me?
why would I help a guy like you?
I asked this fool's permission. Okay? After
I
she
said
said,
after I said, well, we got divorced.
no,
What I
you said she asked me for a divorce and she's serious this time. And what did I say? Oh, bro, I'm sorry to hear about that. You don't mind if I date her, do you?
After
and what
we
did
get
you say?
divorced.
What did you say,
After
Tars?
we get
What did
divorced.
you say?
After we get divorced.
What did
What I
you
s-
say?
After we get divorced.
What did you say?
I
That's-
said,
you said, I don't care. I don't care.
after we get
That's
divorced,
what you said.
After we get divorced, I don't care
Whatever.
what she does.
You don't have to keep
why
getting
would-
between us. I'm not going to charge him or nothing, really.
No, I'm just making sure. Why wouldn't you demand, as a man, why wouldn't you demand and say, you know what? You want to be with me, then you get divorced or you come be with me. I'm not going to go into your house with your family there. I demand that you have mad respect for me, and come be with me. You know, I keep hearing that about the children. I keep hearing that's why you're not doing that because of the children. That's why she's not leaving the house to be with you because of the children. Could you do anything worse to those children than do by your actions, by what you're doing right now? That's really a selfish act for the children? I don't think so. I think you're being selfish for yourself.
Well, that's what you think.
No, that's what I know.
No, you don't even know.
I do know because I'm hearing the story from your mouth.
So don't you think it would be selfish for me to
I think it's
come into the
selfish
house?
when a married woman shares a home with her husband and brings some guy into the home. I think that's selfish. Do you still really want to be with her?
No.
I would. I don't know why you would.
It's about
So
time.
the crying and the whining's over with?
Shut up. Seriously?
I see the love between the two of you. I see the love. I see the respect for each other, too.
No, I don't like him being pissed off at him for something that we did to him. He has no right to be mad over it, which me and him argue about.
That's not what I'm mad at. I'm mad at that he whines and cries, which affects your emotions, which affect my emotions because I care how
So
you
it all
feel.
boils back to you then and not...
No, it has nothing to do with me.
Once again, it goes back to the point of his feelings are valid. He
And
has
I'm
a right
totally
to be
cool.
whiny and crying and upset and pissed off.
Exactly. Everybody's emotions are valid.
What about his?
They're valid.
He's hurting that you're coming over. He's hurting that you're coming in and being with his wife while he's there. You have no respect for that?
Nope.
Here's your chance. You say whatever you want, this is not going to change. The truth of it is, if she doesn't love you, it's not going to change. She's saying she loves you, she cares about you, she's not in love with you. What you're allowing to happen, nobody, not a man, not a woman, should allow it to happen. No person should be able to come in and violate your home. The one place that we should have where we could feel safe and not bothered and having creeps come through our front door is home. You should be able... Oh, by the way, you like pushing women around?
Like I said, that's why I called the show.
Oh, did you want me to help you with your anger problem? You like pushing women?
No, I don't.
You have a problem with pushing
No, I
women?
don't. I felt like about it. That's why I called your phone or called your show so I could talk to her and let her know that that was the first time I ever took that medication. I don't remember doing it, and I
Watch your mouth.
sorry, and that to swear to her that it would never happen again.
That's why you called the show, because you pushed her?
Yeah. That's exactly why I called the show.
Well, then, what did you want to happen? Tell her. Tell her how you're feeling about that.
We've talked about this, and I've told you.
And it was
know
more
what?
than pushing.
I don't remember.
It was more than pushing.
He didn't hit me. He tried to, but he missed.
I don't remember.
Oh, did he swing at you?
And what did I tell you? That I would never put another pill in my mouth for as long as I lived because of what happened.
Did you duck out of the way, or he just missed?
Ducked.
You ducked. So if you didn't duck, he would have connected with you with his fist. You think that that's going to be the last time it happens? You're fooling yourself.
No, I know it will be.
Let me tell you something. I got a long experience rap sheet with this, with guys that put their hands on women, and they say, "Oh, it'll never happen again." Guess what? You'll be giving me a call in 3 days. He got pissed off about something on a show, something
Yeah,
this,
whatever.
something that, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
I love that.
You don't
That's.
know
Oh, I don't know what I'm talking about. I've
No,
only,
you don't know
I've
me.
only
You've
not.
known me for what?
I've
15
only not.
minutes? Really?
I know guys just like
Oh,
you.
you're just like me.
Yes.
Whatever. You don't know me, dude.
I don't have to know you. I know guys,
Oh, guys-
like you.
guys
and
like
I've
me.
locked up a lot
Like
of guys
me.
like you, and I put them in jail
Oh, good.
because they can't keep their hands to themselves.
Good. That's
Yeah.
why I called the show, because this will never happen. I never put my hands on her.
Oh, would you
ever.
like me to lock you up? You know what?
What?
You're a coward.
Yeah,
You're
whatever.
just blaming it.
Whatever.
Keep singing it. How
Whatever,
many more times
whatever,
does-
whatever.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know what? You will waste no more time on my stage. Get the hell off of
Oh.
it. Go!
walking.
Go. Start walking. I'll kiss your ass. Anything at all you want to say to this woman?
I love you. I always will. I don't think I can take you back. I just want to be able to make sure I get to see my kids.
First of all, I've told you and I've been pushing you to be a part of their life, so that's not going to be a problem. Second of all, I didn't ask for you to take me back, so get that straight. Didn't ask you.
Tarcis, you should go. Show's over. You can go be with your children. I hope things work out for you. But no, going forward, sometimes you got to stand up for yourself, okay?
Yeah.
Well, okay. You know what, Rebecca? I think deep down, I don't think you're a bad person. I've had much worse on my show. But what I don't get is how you could be so disrespectful to somebody that you bring children into the world with. No matter what your feelings are, what you're doing now, if you really thought about it, what you're doing is really bad right now. That's a bad thing. And honestly, and I'm saying this as a father who's raising children. I'm not saying this as talk show host, policeman, anything. I'm talking from a father to a mother right now. I'm scared for your kids. I really am. You continue seeing that guy right there, you're going to have major, major problems.
Like, kids always come first. That's what you don't get.
Listen, I believe that. But you know what? I also understand when relationships fall apart, sometimes people turn to their past looking for something that they're familiar with. There's a reason why people are in your past. There really is. And going back there and revisiting it, not usually a good thing. And especially with this guy. And I told you, let me tell you something. That medication excuse for pushing you and swinging his fist at you, there's no medication in the world that's taking his fist and closing and swinging at your head. Again, nobody's blaming you for not being in love. Nobody's blaming for you to want to be happy and find somebody else in your life. It happens to people, but there's a way about going about it. And there's a way with doing it with some respect for the partner, respect for the father of your children. And there's also respect for your children. You say you put your children first, then honestly, have respect for yourself and your children, and don't stay with a guy that would put his hands on you. Come on.